Welcome to another episode of the 17 County Podcast, where we highlight the people driving growth and momentum across York County, Nebraska. With a population around 14,000 and located right along Interstate 80 in the heart of the Midwest, this is the kind of place where relationships matter, ideas move fast, and progress is built through collaboration. From entrepreneurship to business expansion, manufacturing, and community revitalization, we go behind the scenes of the people and ideas shaping what's next for York County. This work doesn't happen by itself. It's powered by the stakeholders who continue to invest in our community and believe in its future, such as Henderson State Bank, Midwest Bank, and York State Bank, to manufacturers like Collins Aerospace and Clody Inc., to the energy providers powering our region, including Perennial Public Power District and Nebraska Public Power District. Other leaders that play a role in building and sustaining growth across York County are Central Valley Ag, Overland Ready Mix, Mead Lumber Company, and Schwezo Construction. We're proud to share these stories because of their support. Now, let's get to today's episode.
Welcome back to 17 County Podcast. I'm your host, Grace Thayer, and today I'm excited to sit down with Dr. Bailey Neville of Countryside Pediatric Dentistry. Dr. Bailey is not only a pediatric dentist and a business owner, but also a mom, a community member who has built an incredible practice focused on caring for children and supporting families across our region. We will talk about her journey into dentistry, what inspired her to specialize in dentistry care, the experience of building a successful practice, and how she balanced leadership, family, and a life in rural Nebraska. Dr. Bailey, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Yes.
excited to be here.
How are you today?
Good.
So, before I do jump into dentistry and business ownership, I would love to our listeners to get to know you a little bit. For those who may not know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am originally from Lincoln.
Oh.
I met my husband in college, and he is who brought me back. We didn't know if this is where we would end up long term, but we got married and I moved back here. So I lived here during dental school, and we went through our journey together and found that this was a place we wanted to raise our family. So
Okay,
this
I
is where
didn't
we're
know
back
you
to.
were from Lincoln.
Yes, yep.
What's your husband's name?
Evan.
Evan. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he's from York.
He is.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Okay.
York Duke.
So what was life growing up in Lincoln?
Bigger.
Bigger. Okay.
A lot bigger.
Yep.
Yep. I graduated with about 500 in my class, so it's different.
Yes.
I love the small town aspect of
Okay.
work, so I'm happy to be back. We lived just outside of Lincoln. Yep, so I grew up showing horses and still did some more agriculture type things, but then I went to school in a big city.
I love that. And when did you first know that you wanted to become a dentist? How that started?
I always knew I wanted to be in the medical field somewhere. I always
Okay.
had a passion for that. And so I started shadowing in high school different specialties. I shadowed at hospitals and doctor's offices and dentist offices and everywhere. And I do not care for several parts of medicine, specifically broken bones
Yes.
and stuff like that. That's not my thing. So I fell in love with dentistry. I fell in love with teeth. I fell in love with being able to help people in that way. And so then I committed to that and I just never stopped.
I love that. And why pediatric dentistry specifically?
I went into dental school wanting to be a pediatric dentist.
Okay.
Dental school can be overwhelming. So I took a step back from that for a minute and thought, oh man, do I want to? Do I not want to? It's extra school. I've been in school for so long. This is already going to be 8 years. Do I really want to do more? And I shadowed some more, got involved in the peds clinic, and I fell in love with it. I love kids.
Yes.
They're hilarious. They're great to help. And I also just think it's a population to where you really can make an incredible difference on their lives. I also chose pediatric dentistry because there's a lot more of a surgical aspect to it, an operating room, and just some more complex cases, special needs, stuff like that. I love
that. And for all our listeners, I want you guys to know that Dr. Bailey's kiddos and my kiddos go to the same daycare.
Yes.
Tell me about your kids, please.
I have 3 very wild, very cute little boys. Koi is 5, so he'll start kindergarten this year, and he's going to go to York Public Schools
Okay.
here. He's very excited.
Awesome.
Cooper will be 3 next week,
Okay.
and he is my bowling ball. He is very rambunctious and wonderful in every way, but he keeps us on our toes. And then Case will turn 1 next month. So I had him right after we opened it. Then he's
I love you talk about opening the practice, but tell us about that, how that even started. I'm very curious to know about that.
Sure. We not battled, but decided back and forth on, am I going to apply for peds? Should I take some time? Do I want to do? And I decided, nope, this is really what I want to do. I'm going to go down this path. And my husband was incredibly supportive because he had to leave his job and his home to follow me up to Omaha for 2 years to train children's. So that was part of the decision as well. And he was very committed, very wonderful in that, very supportive. My husband was very supportive of all that. So we moved up to Omaha. And that was 2 years there. And as we were starting to move out of our home in York and move into Omaha, we were talking about, are we going to come back to York? So are there opportunities back here? Which there's not. There are offices in Grand Island. There's office in Lincoln, Omaha. But as far as our area, there's really not a lot. Discussing, are we going to look out of state to live somewhere someday? Are we going to look at Lincoln? Where would we be happy after this? And then with that conversation, we went back to the fact that York does not have a pediatric dentist, and there's a need in anywhere west of Lincoln for kids to find care without having to drive long distances, have long wait times, and so on and so forth. So we started to play with the idea of building one ourselves, and my husband and I are very known to, once we start something, we don't stop.
I love that.
We went down this road and committed, and here we are.
And thank you for sharing that, because I remember the first time I saw a post on social media about you guys opening, the community was so happy about it. Definitely there is a need for it.
Yes.
So did you work with the business to do a market research about it, or is just something that you and your husband did this? And
we did it. We
Okay.
read a lot of books.
Okay.
We picked a lot of brains. I'm a firm believer that you can learn a lot from others who have experienced things and maybe done things wrong or maybe done things right. And so we're very blessed that people shared their experiences with us. That was very helpful. But yes, we did a market analysis. I can tell you how many cars drive down
Okay.
each street in York.
Okay,
At
that
one
is
point I could,
okay.
technically, I guess I can't now, but we did everything. So
I love
we've
that.
got about 50 miles both ways that we don't have anything, and then north and south is almost nearly unlimited, that there's nothing.
And why that location that you picked where you are today?
The location over the interstate, I think, is great for advertising in and of
Okay.
itself, just because of the access to people driving by, essentially.
I agree. It's a perfect spot. Like you go out of Walmart, you come into town,
Yep.
so it is a good spot.
And it's easy access.
Yes.
Too. It's because we serve a very large number of kids in the York community, but surrounding communities are equal, if not more, of those that drive in from the highway or they drive in from the interstate. And so it's very easy access.
Yes,
for
I
them.
agree. What do you think are some of the biggest challenges in those early years? Because how many years do you have right now
A
with?
year and a half
Okay.
is what we have in.
So what would you say? My question is early years,
Yeah.
but what biggest challenges have you had?
Learning as we go. It's
Okay.
been a lot of learning. There's things that no matter how many spreadsheets I had, no matter how many things I thought through, no matter what I prepared for, there's unexpected hurdles, I guess one would say. So learning how to adapt, learning how to change on a dime, learning how to make quick decisions has been a challenge. Learning how to, our number one goal is to keep kids safe. Our second goal is to treat cavities, prevent cavities, do all of the dental things, and so on and so forth. So prioritizing those goals has been a challenge. Also, running a business is a lot different.
Yes.
Learning how to be a dentist.
Yes.
So navigating all of those changes. Dental insurance is hard. That's a hard thing to learn and understand. It's a hard thing to communicate to families as well. And so I would say those are.
And we were just talking before that you have 7 people on your team.
Yep.
So is there a time like, what did I got myself into?
Absolutely.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
multiple sometimes. Oh my goodness, this is tough. Staffing is hard.
Yes.
It's a hard thing. Finding people that work well together is a hard thing. Our group that we have right now is incredible.
I love that.
I cannot speak highly enough of the current staff that we have. They are the hardest workers in today's world. It's hard to find people to work and care about your company as much as you do, and they do.
And I think that you also do, from what I see on social media and from what I see when I took my kiddos there, I think that you do an amazing job creating a good culture there.
Thank you.
And it looks like everyone loved working there. Everyone was very nice when you walk in. So good job like creating that culture. Seems
Thank
like
you.
everyone loved that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Yes.
We tried to make an environment where we all have fun and enjoy being there. And like I said, I can't speak highly enough of them.
I love
Nobody
that.
else can have them.
Yeah, I love that. So one thing that I learned while working in dentistry is that many adults have dental anxiety that started when they were children. Do you create a positive experience for kids?
Absolutely. Honestly, sometimes kids, the hardest part of their appointment is their parents' anxiety
Okay.
because their parents had a bad experience. It's a very valid bad experience in the past. And so they're nervous about it. And it just kind of transcends. Teaching kids that it's a safe space is very important. We have different kinds of chairs, different kinds of open areas to feel like they're in a closed room or boxed in. We've got TVs on the ceiling.
Yes.
That always helps. There's fun toys. We got princess crowns, monster trucks, all the things. Our assistants are very kind, very warm, welcoming. That's something that's important to us too, of just the kindness to walk into, I think eases it from the get-go. And then building trust. We build a lot of trust with our patients. So that way, if we do say need to fix something that maybe it's a hard experience that we have to go through, but we're going through it together and they know that I'm going to keep them safe, even if they are scared. We also have other options as well to get treatment done. It's a good thing. And I am a firm believer in that too, because sometimes if we have more teeth to fix than what we can reasonably and safely achieve in a normal clinic setting, we have surgery for. And that, I believe, wholeheartedly helps children in the future because their teeth got fixed. It was not a traumatizing event. And then next time if they need a tooth fix, it's just no big deal.
Yes, I agree with that. And especially with my kiddos, I feel like working in dentistry, my kids had this beautiful experience in the dentist. And now they go to the dentist and they do love it. I don't think they have any problem with that.
Absolutely.
And right now, what do you think are common mistakes parents make when it comes to their children's oral health?
Sure. You know what? And you know this from dentistry, the cavities come from so many different things. If we had one way to stop cavities, that nobody would have them because we would have a solution for them. So I would say learning to adapt.
Yes.
Every kid is different. You can have twins and they can take care of their teeth the same and one of them will get more cavities than the other one.
Yes.
It's just, there's so many factors in it. I would say getting your kids in early part. The American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry recommends at age 1, which it's easy to think, what are you going to do for me? They have one tooth in there. It's more of an education visit that you maybe don't think of. I'm a mom. There's plenty of things, especially with your first child.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I would have never thought to do that. This would have never crossed my mind to not maybe have a bottle in the crib or that I do need to start brushing their teeth once one tooth is in there. Just stuff you don't know. Nobody teaches you these things. So that's a very important visit, I would say, for an education standpoint. I also think starting your kids off that young, like you said, then by the time they're 5, it's like, oh, this is sweet. That's the place I got a princess crown.
Yes.
I'm gonna go back there. I can't wait. I'm excited, essentially. Otherwise, just brushing.
Yes. I love that you share that about taking your kids when they're like 1 year old, because it is true. Now that it makes sense. It's an educational visit.
Absolutely.
And not only for the kid, but it's really for the parent.
Yeah.
I do love that you share that.
Absolutely.
What do you wish every parent knew before coming into to the dentistry, just to the office?
Sure. That's a good question. I would say, and take this with a little bit of a grain of salt, but that your kids are watching you and you set an example for them. So that comes with brushing, that comes with diet, that comes with even just walking into the dentist with a good attitude of, oh, we can't wait to go there. This is an exciting place. I would say kids very much watch their parents. And so if you set a really good example, they're already way ahead of the game.
Okay. Love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
At Cornerstone Bank, we are committed to providing you the best in banking products and service. With 46 locations throughout Nebraska, we are dedicated to serve you. Cornerstone Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Dr. Bailey, you wear two hats, actually three, but I want to start with these two. You are a dentist and a business owner. How different are those roles?
Very.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. Dentistry is at this point, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Almost a habit. It's muscle memory. It's wonderful. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's so nice to just get to sit down and fix teeth or sit down and teach or sit down and prevent cavities. Or we had surgery for example, this morning where we did 5 cases of full mouth of teeth, and it's fun. I like doing that. It's a hobby. It's satisfying. The business side is fun. It's different. It's a part that you don't learn how to do. It's a part that has some not so pretty jobs about it. It's scrubbing the toilets on Sundays because that's just what that's just what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what services are you providing right now? Is there any plan for expanding? And can you just tell me a little about that?
Sure.
Yes.
So I have 6 chairs right now
Okay.
that we have open. On the south side of my building, we have room for more chairs, more offices. My end goal would be to have 2 more here. I think the community and the surrounding areas could certainly support more.
Yes, I agree.
I'm very picky about the kids that come to our office. I have a really high standard of how I want them to be cared for. So that expansion will not happen until we would find the perfect person for it.
I love that.
That would be what expansion is 100% reliant on, is who it is.
And I love that.
Ability to uphold a really high standard of care.
Yes. And thank you for sharing that. And I got a couple questions more for you.
Sure.
And how do you create a workplace where people enjoy coming to work? I know that we talk about your team, so just a couple tips that you can share.
Absolutely. It's a work in progress. I still do my best every day. I had the utmost respect for my staff, and I think that's ground number one, is I respect them through and through, and I genuinely could not do my job without them. They work so hard, and if you think of a dental appointment, say there's 20 steps in a dental appointment, my part's only 2 out of those steps. Their part is the rest of it. So I think recognizing that and supporting them in that, I try really hard to listen to them and their wants, their needs. They have incredible advice, ideas of how we can do things better. And so listen to them because they're the ones that are in it. Supporting the people they also want to be around, I think, is a good thing too. We have all women, as you know that.
And there's a lot of moms there too as well. Yeah, there's a lot.
And I could go on and on. I think
there's a lot. Yes,
incredible employees.
Yes, there's a lot of moms too.
Yes, and they support each other so well. I think building a really good foundation of just non-judgmental, kind people is set us up for success. It's really easy to build off of that foundation when you just have genuinely.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. I think that's a good tip for any business owners that is trying to build up their team and creating a happy, good, positive culture at work, which sometimes it can be hard.
Yeah.
From what I have learned having interviewed people as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I want to go back. I told everyone that you're a dentist, a business owner, but you're also a mom, which I really admire that.
Thank you.
All of that from you. Because I know it's hard. I'm not a business owner. I am struggling here with the things we were just talking about us, and I'm struggling. But how motherhood has changed your perspective?
Oh, that is the best question ever. Being a mom is my most important job by far. I want to raise kind humans that do their best in everything. That has changed my perspective a lot in what I do, especially being a business owner and a dentist. But I want every parent to feel the way that I would want to feel when I take my child somewhere. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel like they can be present if they want. I let parents come anywhere in my office that they want to, because I wouldn't let somebody take my child away from me. Yeah. So I try and create an environment that I would be happy with in my child's experience. I also treat everybody's kid like they would be my own. And I hope people feel that way. But I think that's the motherhood side of it. I 100% want everybody to know that my treat their kids like my own.
Yes.
Love
And
them all.
I love that you said about expanding when you don't want to expand until you find that right person because of that
Picky.
quality of care. Yeah, I love that.
Really picky.
I can truly, right now, I know now that you
Mhm.
truly care. I know that you care, but like,
Yeah,
and I can
sure.
tell you really mean that.
Sure. Yeah. It's not, I don't want to be a factory.
Yes.
I don't want any kid to ever feel like they're a number. I want them to feel very special and valued every time they walk in.
I love that. What does balance look like for you these days? I know we were talking about summer programs and things like that, T-ball, but what does balance look like for you these days?
My husband and I thrive in chaos.
Okay. Yep.
Sometimes I think the busier we are, the more we forget that we're busy and
Yeah.
we just keep powering through. My husband is a salesman. He works from home, which has been a huge blessing. He is very helpful, very beyond helpful for what I would have ever expected to do. So he can change the laundry.
Yes.
That's huge. Otherwise, my mom is very helpful. She's in town, and we have tons of family that are incredibly helpful to us. But we try and stick to a routine after work the best we can. Our hours are earlier, so we're up at 7:30 to 4.
Yes.
And we take a shorter lunch, so that way we can leave earlier. So I really value that, of being able to spend an extra hour with my kids really before
Yes.
bedtime. That's very helpful. So we stick to our routine very well.
Is it just for summer or it's just
No, we
all
do that
year?
all the time.
Okay.
So always done at 4, which is
Okay.
wonderful. And I think the moms,
Yes,
or
I was
my
gonna say
staff
yes.
really like that as well. Because if you think about it, you don't get home till 6, and then it's dinner, bath, bed,
Yeah.
quick. So that gives us a lot more time.
And especially in
Um,
summer too. The summer with kiddos goes so fast. So I bet that
Yes.
they do enjoy,
Yes.
getting off early at 4
Yep.
and having that time to
Yeah.
enjoy the sun in
Yeah,
summer.
absolutely.
That's
And we
awesome.
try and include our kids in everything too. So they help us kennel chores, they help with
Yes.
scope chores, they help with whatever
That's
chores
cute.
it is we're working on. So I don't know, we just kind of power through. I wish I had better advice for that, but we just power
No, that's
through.
perfect. I love that. That's perfect. What is one thing that you have learned as a working mom that you wish someone had told you early?
It is okay to say no.
Okay.
That's it. It's
Thank you. I
okay
kind of needed to hear that
Yeah.
today.
It's okay to just say nope, we're not gonna make it. I wish we could. No.
I feel like my husband keeps scheduling these camping trips.
Yeah.
I just cannot do it every single weekend. So I actually needed to hear that. So
Just say no, even without a reason.
yes. So we have talked about dentistry, leadership, and mom life. And now I want to learn a few things about you. I have some rapid fire questions. Okay. You can take your time.
Sure.
Yes. You don't have to be like super fast. Okay.
Sounds good.
So coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Favorite Nebraska season?
Summer.
I love that. Favorite family activity?
We love going on a side-by-side ride, just on the gravel road with pack all the kids in and go on a little ride.
Oh, that is cute.
Quick,
Yeah. Yes.
but
Yeah. That is
It
cute.
counts.
One thing people will be surprised to learn about you.
I grew up showing horses, and I was on the equestrian team in college at UNL, and I won a national championship.
Okay. Yeah, I did not know that. That's awesome. If you weren't a dentist, what would you be doing?
My backup thing was to be a teacher,
Okay.
and it's something with kids.
Yes.
If I wasn't a dentist, I'd be doing something with kids for sure.
Favorite part of your day?
Lunch.
Does
Does that count?
Yes. Electric toothbrush or manual toothbrush? I really want to know that.
Manual. I think electric's great for a lot of people, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Right on.
One dental myth that you will love to eliminate forever.
That you can't have fluoride until you're 3. Right away. It works great.
Oh gosh, I love these questions. What is the funniest thing a child have ever said in your chair? Kids are
I have
funny.
a long list of these. Oh no, I wish I had the girls here with me because they keep track of these better than I do.
Kids are funny.
They're very honest.
Yes.
They're people. Sometimes their kids tell us lots of things, which is very entertaining.
I don't know, tell you something. My accent, even my Luca, my 6-year-old, he even corrects me now.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, it's like anybody. A little bit of respect, please.
I might have to think about that one. They're so funny. Obviously, I was pregnant for my first 9 months or 10 months of being open. Lots of comments about that. It's like, no, yeah, you're like, hey, or
That's funny.
I will. If I think of one, I will come back.
Okay.
Kids are helping there.
They are.
Hilarious.
Yes, they are.
Think of it.
Yes,
You're
they
like,
are.
"What?
They
Where
are.
did that come from?"
It's one word your team will use to describe you.
Overcommitted. No, hopefully they would describe me as
Yes.
kind. That's would be my goal.
And then one word your kids will use to describe you.
Well, I don't know. It's a good cook.
Yeah, I love that.
They rely
Yeah,
on the most, I would say.
I love that. And now I want to ask you a couple questions about why you chose rural Nebraska. Okay. Why was it important to build your practice here in York?
My husband loved growing up in
Okay.
York. When I was finishing up dental school, so his mom had previously passed away. And when I was finishing up dental school, his dad also tragically passed away. And so there was an opportunity of, do we move back to the farm and stay, or do we move on in a way? And my husband loved where he grew up. He loves cattle. He loves farming. He loves outside. He loves all the things. And I have also fallen in love with that. So being around, I think this is a perfect place for us to raise our family. We're close to bigger areas, but we're far enough removed that we really
Yes.
like that aspect. And it's amazing the need that there was in this community
Yes.
for peds.
What do you love most about raising a family in this area?
I think people are very kind, as I would say as in Nebraska in general people are, but I especially think in this area people are very kind. And I like the size. I grew up in a really big town, and I think that has its drawbacks as well. But I also think York is small, but I also think it has a lot of opportunities. I think there's a lot more opportunities than what I would have guessed from a smaller town.
Yes, I agree. And I feel like not only for businesses, but also for people to grow.
Absolutely.
Yes, there's so many
Absolutely.
groups, civic groups that you can, be part of, or there is opportunity for growth as well.
Absolutely.
We talk about why York is special. So what excites you the most about the future of this community?
I think there's been a lot of growth even since I've come in this community. So I think the community continuing to grow, I think the community continuing to support each other in everyone else's growth is something that excites me. I hope that continues. Hopefully 2 more dentists at my office
Yes.
someday would be great,
Yes.
but we'll slowly move that way.
I love that you talk about the community because I felt when I got this role, everyone was so supportive.
Yeah.
So I can not even imagine I can imagine people were very supportive with you when you opened the practice and the community itself.
The community itself has been
Yes.
very supportive. And as advertising wise, I believe that the best advertising is positive reviews from the people that have been there, and they've been amazing in that aspect. That people that go and tell their friends, and their friends come in and say, "We're here because so and so's kid had a great experience." It's incredibly rewarding.
I love that. Love that. When you look at everything you have built, a family, a career, and a successful practice, what are you most proud of?
My family.
Yay.
Being a mom,
Yes.
my family is wonderful. I'm the most proud. I hope that they can watch what my husband and I have done grow up, and I don't know.
I love that. And is there anything, any special, any project that you would like to share with us? Or
Sure, we did just start an ice cream trailer.
oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, please. Tell me.
So my son Cooper, my middle one, has really bad allergies,
Okay.
food allergies. So he had 2 very severe anaphylactic reactions to both peanuts and milk. But the milk's a little easier to avoid. Peanut with the dust and the cross-contamination, he stopped breathing with just the dust of a peanut puff. So we're very strict about what he can and can't eat or even be around. He
Scary,
can't even
no,
go in a
yes.
store that
Yep.
has nuts out, or if they cook with peanuts, he can't go to that restaurant, essentially, just because of the risk of cross-contamination. So he is so limited on what he can have, and we can't go get ice cream because in that, I don't know what you call it, cooler full of ice cream,
Yes.
there's ice cream with nuts.
Yes.
And
Yep.
what if the scoop touched something else, and then it's just too risky, essentially, for cross-contamination. So he usually has to have a popsicle, which is fine, popsicles. But we wanted to create somewhere that he could at least safely have a treat. And I
Yes,
know a
yes,
lot of kids have nut allergies and
yes,
peanut allergies. So having a kind of a nut-free area is
yes.
something we wanted to do mainly for him. And again, my husband and I get an idea and we usually don't stop. And
I
so
love
we
that.
go with it. So hopefully I'm waiting on my electrician and my AC guy, which are both my husband.
I
As soon as
love that.
they get there, we'll be back ready.
So when's that happening again? Can you?
I think July 10th,
Okay.
barring it gets done and barring an inspection. So we got to get
And that will be
these
like
done.
every day moving forward. Or
It will be on the weekends in the summer.
okay.
So we're going to do Friday, Saturday, Sundays in the summer. It will be mobile, so it can go different places. For now, we're going to start. It'll be parked at my office just because
Yes.
that's where we're going to start. We're start small. And my staff is very supportive, and they're actually going to help a little bit too.
Yes, I
High
love that.
schoolers, we're going to try and get them out there. So yeah.
I
should
love
be
that.
fun.
Dr. Bailey, I really enjoy having this conversation with you because I learned a lot of things today. So I'm very thankful for your time to join me today.
Absolutely.
And yeah, this was awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes.
Thank you.
And for everyone listening, we appreciate your time and spending with me today.
And that's a wrap on another episode of 17 County Podcast. Progress doesn't just happen in York County. It's built by people who show up, take risks, and continue investing in what's possible. Every conversation you hear on this podcast is part of that bigger story. A special thank you to the stakeholders who help make that work possible, including Central Valley Ag, Schwezo Construction, Overland Ready Mixed, Midwest Bank, Collins Aerospace, Henderson State Bank, Meade Lumber Company, Perennial Public Power District, York State Bank, Clutie Inc., and Nebraska Public Power District. If you found value in this episode, please share it with someone who cares about the future of York County. Support a local business and stay connected to what's happening in our community. Until then, we'll see you in the next episode.